Well, it's been a couple of weeks. Sorry about that, I haven't been online. I've been in a lot of pain. The procedure, the surgeon said he was going to try burning the nerves. Now I keep getting migraines, pains and shooting through top of my head, my forehead. Oh, so much pain. I'm worried I'm gonna run out of my painkillers too early. But today is not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. But I've basically done nothing. The Jeep is not finished yet. As you know, I did a part on changing hydraulic to electric fan. Believe me, I'm still going to have part 2. And I'll explain why when I do it, but the hydraulic hose I had kept bursting. It's old and cracked. And no matter how I tried to fix it, I need a proper pressed fitting. And then I found on Amazon, eBay, a seller, because what you need is the hose, hydraulic hose for a 99 model that doesn't have the hydraulic fan. And then you can still buy those online. And it said it would deliver in a week. And I thought, oh, that's not bad, so I'll get that. And then when I went to check out and paid for it, it'll be here in July. So I'm driving my son's Mustang in the meantime. Thanks, Angelo, for letting me steal your Mustang. Then this came in. This kit from eBay as well. I've bought a bit from eBay lately. Amazon seems to be losing its touch. But it came directly from China. I didn't think it would, but it did. And the reason this one was cheap is because it was faulty. These have to hold these router bits. Instead of using a chuck, I'm using, I'll take you there and show you. I removed the chuck up here. See, I have removed the chuck and replaced it, so this goes inside there, and then you tighten it up. The problem is it wasn't central, right? It was not central, and so when you put this in, it was off center. So what I actually did is I put a router piece, a milling piece in the chuck bit, and I put this in the vise, and this is the shavings of it, and I modified it myself, and now it's central. So the actual quality I think is pretty good, but because I think it's like a seconds, like if something goes wrong, they just sell it really cheap instead of full price. So it's worth getting if you're not worried about having to fix it. And I've already tested it, and I will do a second on doing that. And I've ended up with this. See, beautiful, huh? And there's no messing about. It didn't fall out. Unlike the chuck, it didn't come out. And yeah, it's basically perfect to be able to cut the O-ring in that. So, but I'll do a update to my clip about just an update. I'll call it drill press to mill update. So yeah, so I got this kit which is dirt cheap, but when it arrived it was faulty, but it is fixable. So beware, don't worry about it when it comes in and then you put it together and it wobbles. Just have a look down the center of the tool piece and you'll see what's wrong. There's like a lip in there. that pushes this off center, but when you mill that away it will centerize. But you know, it's just annoying that you have to do that, but that's it. So I've got all these, I'll put them in here actually, metric bits. This is the one I'm using, so I'll put that there. And I've got some imperial ones. Where did I get these? I think I've got these on Amazon, I think. So if you want to know links to any of these items, just ask me in the comments and I will put a link up for you the next time. If you want any of these items. This is called a MTER collet chuck set. I think the MT is maybe for metric. 18 pieces. From 3mm to 32. No, I wouldn't. Is that? Yeah, I guess that. Yeah, that's 32. Ah, yeah, for sure. That'll be 32mm. What I was gonna do today, I haven't done anything on these yet. I can now do a much nicer job finishing these. I can give them a bit of a clean up. They're a bit rough because the chuck was shaking the mill bit, right? But these you have to use the, I guess you call them a collet. You have to use the right one for the right bit, and then it's perfect center, sturdy and well. So what will I do today? I have to be careful because I don't want to aggravate my neck nerves, the nerves in my neck and in the injury. I'm just happy that today I've had a bit of a breather from the pain. I'm still on painkillers because I'm taking them just in case I set it off. I was planning to do something here today. I forget what it was. I forget what it was I was going to do. I fixed the drill mill. I want to bolt that down to the ground and brace it to the shed so there's no wobbling. Still going to do an episode on the radiator cooling. I think I filmed something already. Or not? No, I don't see it. Yeah, I thought I filmed something the other day, but I was in so much pain I don't remember what I did. So I did tidy the workshop up a bit because, as you know, dirty workshop gives me the heebie-jeebies. I cannot work in a messy workshop, and all these projects were piling up, and just walking in here in a mess, just horrible. So yeah, the Overland, even though I changed the harmonic balancer, it still vibrates, guys. But at least, you know, everything else is fixed. New oil seal, new belt. So I have to fix some other stuff. But now I've got to wait for a new hose. But I'm sad because I don't really like driving the Mustang. Difficult when you're tall. It's not comfortable to get in and out of, especially with a neck injury. The Jeep is much more comfortable to drive, and it's even better on the road, softer on the road, because the Mustang, my son's Mustang, is a bit firmer because, you know, a bit more of a sports car, I guess. So when you hit bumps and that, it jars my neck. But I'm grateful to have the use of it. So anyway, let me think, and I'll start filming again when I make up my mind what I'm going to do next. And I'm back, and I remembered what I was planning to do. You see, still waiting for the racing sleeves from America, but when they arrive they're going to need these soon after, and that's the pistons and rods. and I don't know, I think I should still balance these. These are quite beefy for is it H-beam rods? Quite wide across there. So according to all my research, they should be plenty strong enough to do 1,000 wheel horsepower. So because it's a short stroke engine, which has a lot less strain on the rods than a long stroke engine, and yeah, and it's a small capacity engine. It's a 5 liter small block, so they should be plentiful for what I need. But I'm just wondering, you know, should I beef them up? Buff them up, beef them up. I got beef on the brain. Yeah. Should I? They don't look too bad, but should I polish them? And then I want the, where are the pins? Where are my pins? Oh, did I put them in here? Ah, yes. That's one pin. I think I can feel the weight. Okay, the pins are in the rest. So yeah, fully floating pins. I like playing with these, they're beautiful. So is there front and back on these? No, I don't think so. No oiling holes. I think they're the same either way. Is there front or back on the pistons? I don't see any notches, nothing. But yeah, there's a valve here, so there will be a way they have to go in. I still need to work that out. But that doesn't make any difference when it comes to weighing and balancing. Normally they are weighed and balanced to 1/10 of a gram, but like with my other engine, I went to 1/100th of a gram. Probably a bit overkill, but it's fun. I do need to make something that I can use to balance the rods, because the rod needs to hang like this, and then you weigh it, and then like that and weigh it. It's going to take a bit, because basically you need to weigh each end and then make them the same across the board. These move at such terrific speeds. Yeah, it feels pretty rough. These move at such terrifying speed. The G-force of them stopping and at the top and stopping at the bottom, it is phenomenal. The speed these travel at is faster than our sight. They basically disappear like a blur. It is amazing that we can still that these things even hang in there. So I wonder what, I think the machining that was done was, because these had to be slightly modified. I think they've been machined down a little bit here and here, because these are originally either a small block LS or small block Chevy, basically rod that's modified to suit this engine. They happen to have a lot of the same dimensions as the PowerTech. So yeah, you would think that a small block Hemi would be closer, but no, they're not. So this is a small block Chev, modified, machined to fit the PowerTech V8. Took me a while to sort that, and then I had the help from Nick at ARM. So this came to, anyway, was not cheap, especially not with the tariffs paid. Wow. So these are Ross Racing pistons. Before balancing, be sure they are as you ordered. User altered parts cannot be returned, blah blah blah. Piston. To counterweight clearance. The piston to counterweight clearance is the clearance that the piston makes with the counterweight of the crank. It's got this is the machine sizes. The piston from the factory. So what else does it have? Weights of the pistons, anywhere between 285 7 to 285 4. So that's, wow, that's quite a bit of difference. That is, let me see, 2854 and 284. 6 is the lightest. So that's a whole gram difference. There's a whole gram difference between the pistons from the heaviest to the lightest. May not seem like a lot, 1 gram, but when it travels at that speed, that 1 gram probably equivalent to like 100 kilos. I'm just estimating and guessing there, but I know these pistons end up weighing, with the G-force, many tons. They weigh many tons, the stopping force, the G-force. And they do that up to 7,500 times per minute. It is phenomenal. I don't know how these engines hang together. I don't get it. I understand how it works, but it's just mind-boggling how these engines work. Please note, A through J refer to the letters engraved in the bottom of the pistons. Oh, A through J. Okay, so this is ELLL. And if I were to grind some off, there's a bit of a lip there. You take it off there's not much to take out here. So any material that needs to be removed to make them all the same is off the pin boss. Like I said, it's not going to be a lot, but substantial enough. Like only one of them will have a whole gram of aluminium to be removed. And that's, when you've removed it, it looks like a fair bit, to be honest. But yeah. And I need to make up a little stand to balance this. So this is horizontal. Sometimes people just use a bit of wire to hold it. But I should get rid of all there's a little bit of burring on there. Maybe I'll give them a bit of a polish first. Anyway, believe it or not, I'm starting to hurt already. I'm struggling with pain already, which is so sad to me. I wish I could do this stuff all day. I could make a living out of it, but I can't. And how about this is connecting rod information. Is there anything written on the boxes? No, nothing. Okay, I thought there'd be some weights or something, but no. It basically weighs very similar. I did a weigh the other day. It weighs very similar to the factory setup, but there's a lot more strength. So yeah, I thought it'd be a fair bit lighter, but no, roughly the same weight as the factory rods and pistons, as they're all connected together. So I will go and set that up, and I'll probably upload this tonight and then show you the next steps on the next clip, because you haven't seen my face in a while, and that's no good for the algorithm. I would still like my channel to get more popular, but it doesn't look like it will. I was really hoping for it, so I wouldn't have to be so careful spending money. I was hoping I'd get like even a few $100s a month, but I don't. Yeah, I'm lucky to get $20 a month from YouTube. Kind of sad, but yeah, I thought there'd be more interest in a 1,000 horsepower twin turbo manual Grand Cherokee. Anyway, it's nice to be able to talk to you guys again. I missed that a bit. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to putting these in. Spiral locks. I did look it up already. Some make it look easier, some make it look a bit harder. But let's see how we go. This is for the ARP to precisely replicate ARP fastener claims. Is that for the bolts? High performance fastener lubricant. You don't want a lubricant on these, you want Loctite on these, don't you? Oh, that's quite a big bolt. ARP 2000s. They have one bolt that's considered a bit stronger than this one, but they're brittle apparently, and they say don't touch them at all because any corrosion on them, they snap. I forget what they were called. Stronger than the 2000 ARP. So But I presume this is lubricant for these because, oh, they're tight. The reason being is that that's the only thing you can lubricate here. So maybe no Loctite on these. Let me know in the comments, Loctite or lubricant. What's your opinion? So yeah, I'm going to take it easy for the rest of the day, and I'm just going to shut that off and think about the little framework I'm going to make for this. I know I did with the other engine, I made up a little thing to hang them, and some people put a bearing because you want it to be fairly accurate. Anyway, I'll see how I go. I'll see you on the next upload. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe and share with your friends. It would really help me out. And click that like. It's so important. And yeah, sorry for not having uploaded more and not being able to do more. But yeah, I've got the transfer case I'm working on, the transmission, I'm working on the intake manifold and the motor plate, but I've got to get these done so that when the sleeves do come in, I'm ready. At the moment, I'm not ready. So I can be annoyed that the what do you call it? The sleeves are not in yet, but even if they were in, I'm not ready yet. And that'll be me. That's my problem. So I'm going to set this up, and I'll probably do it tomorrow, and I'll probably continue taking it easy today. What's the time now? I hate this update. 3:10. Oh, it's still fairly early. Anyway, let me set it up and see how I go. Love yous and leave yous.